Today's theme is thresholds, meaning, do you have a threshold? When it comes to a topic, when it comes to something that you support, can anything happen that would ever change your mind? Do you have a threshold? Or is it unlimited? Is there any amount of evidence that the other side could present to you that would change your mind? Even overwhelming amounts of evidence? Or are you going to be the same person no matter what, with the same stance no matter what? Obviously, we can apply this to a lot of things, not just basketball. But in the case of basketball, LeBron James comes to mind. Because when I make my critical videos of him, I can barely get through a half of one game before I have enough clips to just be disgusted. I don't need a season. I certainly don't need his entire career. I mean, it's relentless. Eventually, I think of LeBron fans watching the game, and I can't help but wonder, do you not ever get tired of seeing this? Do you not get embarrassed? Even a little bit? I know you're dug in. I know you've decided that you're going to love LeBron no matter what, but does not something in the back of your brain ever say, okay, this is a bit much? And then I have the sad realization that the answer is no, because you act the same way. This is what's happened. This guy's behavior is acceptable now, and people mimic it. The world of excuses, the world of drama, the world of whining and being rewarded for whining. I know I'm not the only one who thinks this way. And this isn't exactly the same thing, but Too Raw talked about how we wouldn't be as hard on LeBron if you guys weren't trying to make things into something that they aren't. If you didn't act like average play was the most incredible thing that you've ever seen. When this guy plays like complete dog piss for 5 games and then has one game that he actually looks like he should be on the court, and you're like, oh, he's the GOAT. I mean, that's foolish behavior. And you come on his channel or you come on my channel, and I'll literally have a graphic up that says, I hate LeBron James. And one of you morons will comment, oh, you're just a hater. Who taught you idiots that throwing the word hater out there meant you came up with some incredible philosophical debate against anyone that you're up against? You're not saying anything at all. That's what's so crazy about it. You're just showing how dumb you are. You literally can't come up with anything to defend this idiot. So you heard that other people were going around saying, oh, he's just a hater, and saying it all deep, like it means something more. Here's what it means. I hate him. I hate him. He's disgusting. He ruined a sport. He ruined sportsmanship. He ruined what kids think a man should act like. Yeah, I fucking hate him. And if they're not using the, oh, you're just a hater argument, then they'll turn around and be like, oh, he got X amount of points. Listen, the quality of LeBron's points are piss. But even if they weren't, take away that argument. Let's say that LeBron scored 1 billion points in a game and didn't use a layup or a lob or bail out undeserved free throws. Every single one of them was an amazing, from the perimeter, rise up over 2 defender shot. That doesn't erase the other shit he does. Doing one thing good, or even 2 or 3 or 4 things good, doesn't make the other things not exist. I'll give you one recent example, and this isn't by any means one of the worst things he's done recently, but it's stuck in my head, the bailout call against De'Aaron Fox, where LeBron turned around and rose up over the way shorter, way smaller De'Aaron Fox and missed right next to the rim. And then he hears the whistle and walks off acting tough, looking at the crowd, doing his tough walk thing. Dude, you failed to finish next to the rim against a tiny defender. Now, let's pretend that you did get fouled. Okay? You didn't finish. Why are you so proud of not finishing against a small player? And I will argue vehemently that he did not get fouled. And even if you do want to argue that that's a foul, that is some ticky-tack shit. Where's the decency inside of yourself to realize this is not the time to showboat? This is not the time to act tough when you had to get bailed out on a phantom call against a small defender when you're next to the rim. Like, what world is this guy's brain in? And therefore I ask, what world are LeBron fans' brains in? I don't remember people desperately trying to say that Michael Jordan was the best while Michael Jordan was playing. It just wasn't that big of a concern. You know, he was usually so dominant on the court that there wasn't much question. But you didn't, in the game, talking about, oh, that's easily the GOAT. That's got to be the GOAT. Or even during the game, oh, that's the GOAT. That's not how conversations were. It wasn't the priority. Priority was still winning. And on the path to winning, you might become the GOAT. And he did. Today, this GOAT argument has just gotten so weird to where in order to continue being on your side of the GOAT argument, you have to pretend that 70 to 75% of LeBron's actions don't exist and only see what you want to see. Or you have to go back and try and criticize something that other players did way back in the past, or criticize their off-court behavior. And I have an important side note on that. You've got to go scour entire other careers or every other player who's ever played in order to create a counter argument that makes you feel better about what you just saw LeBron do right then and there. I mean, LeBron gives these examples nonstop. You're going to keep scouring other people's careers to argue against what LeBron does nightly? These are the actions required for this desperate need to be right that someone that you decided, not through your own thinking, not even through your own thinking, but from other people on TV telling you that this was the GOAT. And you said, yeah, okay, I'm on board with that. And now you're spending the rest of your lives trying to make that be true, no matter what you see in front of you. Like I said, we didn't sit around vehemently arguing that Michael Jordan was the GOAT over Karl Malone or Charles Barkley or Larry Bird. It's just not what dominated the conversation. I think we were too busy enjoying good basketball. No matter who was the GOAT, it just wasn't what you talked about all the time. It's this weird need to believe that you're watching the GOAT in your time, I guess. No matter what he acts like. Because he's embarrassing. There's no one in the NBA who's on the floor more than he is. I know, here come all your excuses for why LeBron is on the floor all the time. Whatever your excuses are, it doesn't change the fact that he's on the floor more than anyone in the entire league. That's not something to be proud of, by the way. Sadly, I feel like I have to explain that to LeBron people. And he complains more than anyone in the entire league. And the drama of him pretending like, and the drama. Anytime there's any contact with him at all, him acting like the most painful wound has been suffered way more than anyone else in the league. These are all facts. I have a never-ending archive of footage of LeBron just acting like a complete fucking cunt. And you guys don't care. You'd rather say, oh, well, so-and-so did this. So-and-so did this. Stop. Stop it. Stop justifying bad behavior with other bad behavior. It's not respectable. I thought he was supposed to be respectable. I thought he was supposed to be the GOAT, not someone who acted as bad or worse as everyone else, and it's okay because other people act bad too. That's not worth defending. That's not worth cheering for. That's not inspiring. That just makes him another asshole. At some point, are you not a little bit embarrassed? Do you not have a threshold?